Hey there, adventurers, and welcome back to War Games News Radio for another Skyrim Sunday playing Elder Scrolls Call to Arms by Modiphius Entertainment. In this second to last episode of our Journey to High Hrothgar campaign, the Dragonborn has been reunited with their allies, the Spell Sword Mage, and even Ralof making an appearance in this campaign for the first time. They've come to test their might against the Greybeards and prove once and for all that the Dragonborn is ready to be the hero of Skyrim. In this video, we're playing the Paths to Glory scenario, which you can find for free in a link down below in the description. And one thing to note is that this game was filmed before the new updated Call to Arms rulebook, which has finally been released, and you can find a link for the free download of that in the description as well. As always, I'm going to need your help selecting a battle MVP, so let me know down in the comments which one of our units you think outshone the rest, and that unit will get an extra special buff going into the final episode of this campaign. Is the Dragonborn up for the task? There's only one way to find out, so let's get into the action on Paths to Glory. Let's hit it. And here we are, high atop High Hrothgar. We've got the Dragonborn, Spell Sword Mage, and Ralof back in the mix here for the first time in this campaign, as they've come to test their mettle and prove their might against Arngier of the Greybeards, and some Arngier that he's reanimated here to be a bit of a testing grounds for our heroes. The scenario requires our heroes here to perform attack actions on the objective marker here in the center of the board, the testing dummy on the left-hand side, and the altar there on the right. Each marker must be removed with a different attack type: ranged, melee, or spells. The Arngier warriors will begin the game in base-to-base contact with each of the objective markers, while Arngier will sit at the top of the tower waiting for the markers to be removed. Once they are, he will come down and make his attack. There are also 4 objective tokens and 3 treasure tokens scattered across the map for us to interact with a good mix of objectives, puzzle tokens, and even 1 master treasure hidden in there, so there's all kinds of goodies that we could get our hands on. The Arngier will just be the standard Arngier Greatsword Warriors, while Arngier will be using the Dragon Priest unit card, minus the Terrifying and Ethereal keywords. And for our crew here, of course, we're led up by the Dragonborn here. We've got the Orcish Warhammer, which we picked up in the last episode, Hide Armor, and the Ring of Fortify Armor attachment there, and of course the Unrelenting Force Dragon Shout. Then we've got our Spell Sword Mage here, who's back joining us again this episode. She's got the Lightning Bolt, Steel Dagger, Imperial Light Armor, and then the Amulet of Julianos, which we picked up in the last episode, which lets her cast spells for 1 less Magicka point, which is awesome. That makes that Lightning Bolt spell much more effective. Then we've got Ralof joining us for the first time on this campaign here. He was in our last couple campaigns, but he's back again here to help us deal with the Greybeards. He's got his hunting bow, iron war axe, and Stormcloak cuirass. He's the only one who isn't leveled up because he's just joining us for the first time. For this match, I'm going to need at least 11 victory points for a narrow victory, or 16 or more for a solid victory. Each enemy removed from play is worth 1 victory point. The scenario objectives are worth 3 victory points each, and defeating Arngier will gain me another 3 victory points. For oaths on this one, I think I'm going to take Untouchable. My party will end the game with all models alive, each with at least 50% of their total health points remaining. That'll give me 3 victory points if I'm able to pull that one off. Yeah, I'll also take Victory or Solvent Guard. No member of my party will fail a morale check. For a minor win, we'll learn the Elemental Fury Dragon Shout, which will allow the Dragonborn to make 1 additional attack action as a free action every round. And a major win will allow Arngier here to come and assist us in the final episode of this campaign, which will be the next episode coming in 1 month's time. We've got 6 rounds to prove our worth and learn some shouts, so let's get into the action on Paths to Glory. Okay, round 1, and I am deployed. Got Ralof on the left here, Dragonborn down the middle, and Spell Sword on the right, and we've got 3 Arngier who are placed across the board, and Arngier hanging out watching from above. Let's take a look at what quest we're going to start off this game with. We've got Art of Destruction. At least 1 model in your party must possess a destruction spell. Yeah, check on that. Inflict damage on enemies 3 times using destruction spells. If we're able to pull that off, then yeah, we get 2 victory points. I don't think that'll be a problem. Okay, well, I'm up first. I'm actually going to start things off with Ralof here. He's got that hunting bow, which is that long 20-inch range, which is more than enough to go and attack the arrow target dummy on the left-hand side there. So I'm going to start things off, see if we can't get some objectives going nice and early here. Ralof with a hunting bow, hitting on 4s, extra green for the stamina boost. Okay, well, we're off to a bad start already with a 10, nothing doing on the first attack. Well, of course, an early lead would be too good to be true, but that's okay. Ralof's just going to move once to get up behind that tree there, and hang out now over to the adversaries. Well, the Draugr right in the center activated first, and they got the attack action, and they're just within 9 inches to make a charge or boosted move into the Dragonborn, and then they're going to make a swing with their greatsword. Draugr hitting on 3s. Okay, well, that hits for 3 damage. Ugh. 3 damage on 2 yellow armor rating. Stops, 2 takes 1. Well, I guess we're just going to return the favor, try to put down this Draugr. Dragonborn with the Warhammer hitting on 6s, boosting a yellow for more armor penetration. Hey-oh, that's going to do it. 4, yeah, there's 4 armor. All of it is, what, punishing... incapacitating and staggering, which is a long way to say that that Draugr is dead. And second action, we know that we're within 9 inches of this now, because that's where that guy came from. So we're just going to boost move there, spend an extra stamina to get in contact with that first marker. Only have 1 stamina point left now after that big swing and the boosted run, but yeah, we're right up in front of the tower. Draugr by the altar there's the next to go, and they're just going to charge up 9 inches to get about there, and with their second action, they'll just put up a block. And last up is the mage. I'm going to move there in the dragon ruins there, and then I'm going to take, within 12, oh yeah, big time, within 12 there to take an electric lightning bolt shot at the Draugr. Mage with a lightning bolt hitting on 5s, 2 yellow and a green for the lightning bolt, and an extra green for her destruction mastery ability. Here we go. That's going to hit, but only for 1 damage. Let's see if he's able to use his block token. So testing endurance for the Draugr is going to be a 3. No, he fails, so he's not going to get any extra armor rating, which means he only has 1 yellow armor rating. So looking for a blank, and he goes down. Oh no, it's blocked. No good. Well, shoot, the Draugr stays alive, but the block token goes away, so a little bit of good done there at the least. Okay, a short and sweet round 1. We've got 1 victory point because we took out that Draugr here, so we're on the board, which is good. We've got the spell sword here providing some fire support with her lightning bolt. We're about to charge in, but that's the end of the round. We need to draw an event card, so let's see what we got here. All of that glitters. The next treasure chest searched by one of your models automatically triggers a trap. Oh no. However, you gain 1 extra treasure card and +1 victory point while searching. Okay, and we're not going to spawn any baddies out of that one. So that's a little bit of good, a little bit of bad. Okie doke, top of round 2, and it's going to be initiative swinging over to the baddies, and of course it's this Draugr the closest here who got the attack. So they're going to move up once with our Dragonborn there and make an attack with their greatsword. Draugr warrior with the greatsword, extra green for the boosted stamina attack, hitting on 3s. Ooh, that's going to hit. That's going to hit for piercing 1 because of the helmet there, and punishing damage as well if we get knocked out. So that's not great, but we got to stop the damage here first. So we're going to get 2 yellow to try to block this. Stop all the damage except for 1 will go through because of the piercing, so we stop 1, take 1. Okay, ouch, a little more damage for the Dragonborn, not too shabby, could have been worse, but what am I gonna do now that it's back to my side? I think, yeah, you know what, I think we're gonna try the situation again with Ralof. I'm gonna move once, it's about 6 inches, about there. Then I'm gonna take another shot, is just within 10 inches for a close range shot. Okay, Ralof at close range now, giving this a second try. Hitting on 4s, again, an extra green for the boost, because I need this to hit home. Oh, by 1 point. It's a 9, and it comes down by 4 to a 5. Ralof, you are so rusty. Well, lo and behold, only 1 guy left to go, and it's this one. He gets the attack action, charging in again. We got some serious action happening at the front of the gates. It's just gonna come down to the spell sword, I guess. She's just gonna move once, less than her full 6 inches, and then take a ranged lightning bolt attack into this furthest Draugr there. Okay, let's get going here. Lightning bolt with the mage, 2 green and 2 yellow, hitting on 5s. Hey, there we go. That's gonna be 3 damage. There's no way that he can stop it, so that's it. That's all. Zap, another one down. That's another victory point for us, and gives us a little bit more space. Well, I guess it's the Dragonborn's turn to try to get some work done. I gotta take this Draugr out of here so I can try to take this one down next time around. Dragonborn with the Orcish Greatsword, not going to stamina boost anything this time. Just gonna see what happens, hitting on 6. Hey, that's going to do it, all the damage in the world. With a crunch and a thud, that is one dead Draugr, bringing our victory points up to 3, and a little bit of breathing room around this objective as well, because I still have to try to smack this thing next time around. But for the end of this round, I'm just going to take a block, and that's all. Let's go ahead and draw an event card, see what we got. Divine Inspiration, choose one of your models. That model may re-roll any number of dice from its last skill or attribute test. Well, we could have used this on our last go-around. And I do need to assign it to somebody first, so I am going to give it to Ralof just so we can try to ensure that we get that freaking thing done. We are going to spawn two more baddies out of that one there, so we'll get those spawned up and we'll get into round 3. The initiative swung back to our side. We've got 2 baddies on the board, one by the arrow dummy and another over here by the altar. So what to do? Well, I think it's obvious. I need to smack this first objective. Dragonborn trying to score us some points, hitting on 6s. Okay, there we go. Now we're talking. So we've hit the marker here, getting us 3 victory points. I boosted the attack, so I lose the block token there, but that's okay. I've got one more action. What do I want to do? Do I want to charge into the action here or play it safe and try to block? You know what? I think I'm just gonna play it safe for this round here. I'm just gonna throw up another block and try to draw some dudes out because, yeah, I'm already a little bit damaged, and Arngier still needs to come down from his Rapunzel tower here to do the thing. But that's going to be it for Dragonborn. Time to go over to the Draugr. Well, it's Draugr on the right who activated and rolled the objective AI action, so they're actually just going to stay put up a block and try to defend the altar there. So they're just going to be hanging out. Which brings it back to me and brings it back to Ralof. And now we are done fucking around. We're going to hit that dummy with a freaking arrow. Once again, Ralof with the hunting bow, boosted stamina attack. And we do have that divine inspiration, so we can make a reroll if we totally screw this up. Hitting on 4s. That hits. Okay, that's a 6. That comes down by 5 to a 1, which means Ralof's shot rings true and strikes the dummy, boink, taking it out of the game for another 3 points. Yeah, he's just gonna move over to the other side of this rubble here and hang out, wait for anything or anyone to come so he can provide a little bit of ranged support. Wow, and wouldn't you know it, the other Draugr also rolled the objective AI action, so he doesn't have his, well, main objective anymore, but there are some objective markers. So he's just going to charge in and get a little bit closer to this treasure here and protect it from our heroes. But that does put him in zappy range there now, doesn't it? And if we take out one more enemy, we're going to complete our, what was it, the Art of Destruction quest here. So yeah, why not? Spell sword with a lightning bolt hitting on 6s, sorry, on 5s. Ooh, that is a crit fail, but she's going to get the magicka back that she spent on that one, but no dice, no damage. Okay, that's the end of round 3, and it's looking a little dodgy. We still have to hit that with some lightning spell and or Fus Roda action from the Dragonborn to get Arngier down here if we're going to get the major wins. So let's roll on. Baddies are going to activate first. Drawing event deck for the round, we got Secret Paths. Choose one friendly model that isn't staggered or incapacitated. That model may immediately move up to 6 inches. That's pretty far. Wow, I could get within range of that objective marker there, and that would also put me within. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna move 6. Let's see here, 6 inches. Oh yeah, that's basically just around the corner here to get in contact with this marker here. Take a peek. It's a puzzle token. Okay. Yeah, order of operations, we have to wait until the end of the next round to make that intelligence test, but that's okay. We're gonna spawn one more baddie as we go in to round 4. We've got another baddie in the far left there, this guy hanging out by the treasure, and a situation developing over here that I don't know how it's going to play out, but it's Mr. on the left who's going first, and lo and behold, he's just going to charge into the action for an attack, getting right up close to the gate. Back to my side, and I'm tempted to just throw a lightning bolt into the altar there and get Arngier into the fight, but with so many baddies currently on the board, I think I gotta thin some numbers first. So I'm gonna start with Ralof, and he's going to target the, I'm gonna go with the guy who's in contact with the chest here to free that up, should I choose. You know what, I've got the points, so I'm gonna go ahead and level up Ralof's card here as well. That makes my archery to hit 1 point better at 5s. Okay, Ralof all the dice because of his steady hand ability, boosting the shot, hunting bow, hitting on 5s. Oh, yep, that's gonna hit. There's no way he can stop any of that damage. Okay, Ralof's getting his feet back under him here, getting some shots finally on target. For his second action, what's he gonna do? You know what, he's just gonna move here just to get inside the dragon ruins, just get a little bit of cover. And that's about it. Okay, Draugr on the right-hand side here activates next, and again got that Guardian objective action, so they're just gonna stay put and hang out, waiting for the spell sword to maybe do their thing. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead with the Dragonborn, move once to get into contact with this Draugr here, still have my block token, and then I'm going to try a 2 smash. Dragonborn, Orcish Warhammer, hitting on 6s, no boost. That's a critical, gonna add a black onto that one. Yep, he's going to gain 1 of his hit points back, which is super handy. Thank you, critical hit, and then absolutely devastate that Draugr and take him down, which also puts us at 11 victory points, meaning we have just secured a narrow win, but we've got more game left to go because it is time for the spell sword to try to do their thing, and it's going to make a lightning bolt attack on the altar. And you know what? I really want this to work, so I'm just going to use my Imperial Luck ability because I can just make this an auto hit. So that's what I'm going to do. It auto hits. It auto hits for this many damage. Doesn't really matter. It just hits, meaning that the altar is now zap fried, destroyed, and Arngier is ready to rumble. With my last action with the spell sword, just going to ready there in case anyone decides to get a little bit froggy, but that's actually going to be the end of the round. So now we can make this puzzle test here. So we're gonna make an intelligence test with the mage, looking for a 5. That's a 3, that passes, huzzah. So that's gonna give us a couple more victory points, which is great. And we're also going to make a treasure draw. So let's see here what we got. We're gonna check out the deck. Oh, that went to the bottom. That's not great. We're going to redo that. That didn't work. We're just going to take this one off the top. The Silver Sword. Hey, we got this a couple campaigns back and then discarded it. But okay, we'll take that as the one. We get the Silver Sword. Okay, that's going to go into your inventory for now, Mage, but that's going to be the end of the round. Okay, top of round 5, we are up first, and I think it's just going to be Dragonborn activating, making a full Thum shout into Arngier. Of all the dragon shouts I want to hit, it's this one. Here we go, hitting on 6s. Yes, you've got to be kidding me. It's a critical hit, which means we get to add an extra black die. 5 damage. 5 damage on his red armor rating. Stops 1. Holy shit. That is the best Thum we've done in this entire campaign, in all of our Elder Scrolls videos, in fact. I think that's actually the only one that's ever hit, and it hit with a crit. There's only 2 hit points left on Arngier after that awesome display. Well, not to be outdone, Arngier is activating now, and he's just gonna shout right back, but he's got the Frost Shout attack. Arngier clapping back, hitting on 6s. He fails! Well, you must be getting a little sloppy in your old age there, buddy, because the shout goes back and misses. With his next attack, he's just going to throw up a block or a ward, more accurately, with his last action, and that's all that he can do. Well, I can either go with Ralof and try to put him down, or I think I'm going to go with the spell sword first and try to achieve our quest by zapping this guy with a lightning bolt attack. Mage with a lightning bolt hitting on 6s. That's gonna do it. Let's see if he can activate his block. So rolling endurance, it's going to be on a 3. Nope, the Draugr fails, so he can only add 1 yellow, or doesn't get to add the yellow to his armor roll. So anything but 2 damage and he's down. He's down. Even with the block, you cannot resist the zap zap. You are down, Draugr, which means there's no enemies left to go, just Arngier left, and that means
Ralof, we're just going to make an attack, supercharged all of the dice into Arngier to try to end this game early.
Ralof with the hunting bow. He's got boosted, he's got steady, he's got all the dice. All we need to do is 2 damage, and this is the game. Here we go, hitting on 5s. That's a hit. It's a hit for 3 damage. He does have a ward, a block up, so we need to test and see if he gets to add a black to his defense dice. So this could be dodgy. He succeeds on a 6. It fails! It's a crit fail! That means he only has 1 red die's defense. So if he stops more than 2, he stays alive. That's a 1. Oh my god.
That is the most epic ending to this scenario I could have ever imagined. Ralof couldn't hit anything for the entire game and gets 1 amazing shot through, dealing exactly the amount of damage needing to be done on Arngier, following up after this amazing shout fest at the front of High Hrothgar. That was a super, super fun game and an adventurer win. Picked up the silver sword, and I think I'm going to assign that to the old Dragonborn there. That'll replace the standard iron sword that they normally have, because it's about time that they have an upgrade from the weapon that we got in the very first episode. Well, we've still got 1 more episode left to go in our High Hrothgar series, as old Arngier here has a bit of a problem that only a Dragonborn can assist with, and I'll let you guess as to what that might be, but it's got 2 wings and a whole hell of a lot of teeth. So we're going to deal with that in our next episode, so stay tuned in 1 month's time for the finale of the journey to High Hrothgar.
Another dramatic win for our adventurers, and we're 1 step closer to the big finale of our Journey to High Hrothgar campaign, and thank you so much for watching. Got something extra special planned for the finale, and I cannot wait to show it off to all of you folks. So stay tuned, as we'll be back with the finale of this campaign in 1 month's time. And make sure, if you enjoy what you're seeing here on the channel, that you hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notifications so you don't miss our next video. And if you really like what we do here on the channel, then consider heading on over to our Patreon page, or click the little join button here on YouTube, where for as little as $3 Canadian per month, you can help us make more videos more often for you to enjoy. And you can also get kickbacks like double entry into future WGNR giveaways, access to polls which help us decide the direction of content here on the channel, or you could even become a named character in a future battle report or video not unlike this one. So thank you again so much, and stay tuned because WGNR will be back.